What's up guys, MTG Matt for you, back with another video for Kamigawa New Dynasty Standard. And today we're going into the ladder to mill out our opponents. So there is this Izzet mill deck going around the ladder that's popping up here and there occasionally. It's not super popular, but from time to time you'll face a deck like this on ranked. And yeah, I just wanted to take the idea of mill and build my own version of it, right? And the deck you see right here went through a lot of different iterations. The original version of this deck was a lot faster. It would play stuff like, what's it called? Maddening Cacophony, which is a 2-mana sorcery, which says each opponent mills 8 cards. If the spell was kicked, instead each opponent mills half the library, rounded up. So originally I had Maddening Cacophony in this deck, and the other version of this deck, or like the idea of the other version of this deck, was to mill your opponent out as fast as possible and win the game that way. And in a way, the original version I had of this deck was a lot more, it almost played like an aggro list, right? In a sense that you wanted to have like a good start to mill out your opponent fast. But then, if you didn't get off to a good start, you know you would just eventually lose. And I actually didn't like that. I wanted to take mill a little bit more seriously and maybe put it in a control shell where mill is our win condition, but we have more tools to actually stall out the game, give ourselves a little more time to get to our mill combo, which I'll talk about in a minute, and win the game that way. And I like this a lot more. It makes the deck feel less like a meme and more like an interesting alternative control deck, right? Because usually, although control decks can be very similar, like depending on the color combinations you choose, at the end of the day, control decks mostly win the same way, right? They outdraw you, they outvalue you, and then they have like this one thing that just kills you, like a Hall of Storm Giants or a Hullbreaker Horror. But this deck is actually different, because this deck wins by milling the opponent out. So how do we do that? Well, the big combo in this deck that helps us win is we got 4 copies of Tasha's Hideous Laughter. It's a 3-mana sorcery in blue that says each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until the player has exiled cards with total mana value 20 or more. So if we cast this, cards from the top of our opponent's library are gonna be put into exile, and then they are like the mana values are calculated together, and the milling or like the exiling stops when you hit 20 or more, right? And it's important to note that obviously lands have a mana value of 0, so usually get a good bunch of cards milled with this card or exiled with this card. And what I found is that if you cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter together with a Galvanic Iteration, so you copy it, this is actually usually enough to get you towards your win condition, right? You don't need the Maddening Cacophony. Maddening Cacophony always felt just too much and wasn't the thing that was actually winning us the game. What's actually winning us the game is casting Galvanic Iteration and then copying Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And if you cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter twice, this depends very much on deck, but you can mill anywhere between 25 to 40 cards, right? There's a large variance, because obviously if your opponent plays a deck with a lot of high mana value cards, you will mill less cards than against, let's say, a white weenie deck that really caps out at mostly 3 mana value. So this right here is our win condition. We want to copy Tasha's Hideous Laughter with Galvanic Iteration. And the other tool that helps us mill our opponents out is 4 copies of Runetrap, which is this 1-mana 0/3 that says whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3 cards. We do have the Runetrap because it helps us greatly get towards our win condition, but most importantly, it's very, very efficient. You just pay 1 mana and then just keep playing lands, and you just like naturally mill your opponent. And if you really if you get a Ruin Crab out, a Ruin Crab or two, you get some landfall triggers over the course of the game, and then you cast your combo of Iteration plus Hideous Laughter. Usually that's actually more than enough to mill out your opponent. And then the rest of the deck is really just getting there. So let's take a look at the control tools first. We got 4 copies of Burn Down the House, which is our board wipe, right? Let's just deal 5 damage to each creature and its planeswalker. And also let's just create some Devil Creature tokens, which almost never comes up with this deck, but it is a mode that we can use. Maybe, depending on the game state, you could even copy this and make 6 Devils as an alternate win con. So we got 4 copies of Burn Down the House, and then we have 2 copies of Crush the Weak against a little more early game aggression. 3 mana sorcery, Crush the Weak deals 2 damage to each creature. If a creature dealt damage this way would die, this turn exile it instead. And we can also foretell it and then cast it for just 1 red mana. Notably, this is obviously also very useful together with Galvanic Iteration, right? If you copy this, this becomes 4 damage to the whole board, exiles creatures. So this can also be a really good board wipe in this deck. Another way we have of stalling out the game, buying us a little more time, is 4 copies of Being Veil, and this deck is the first deck where I ever played this card. It's been a standard for a while now, from Zendikar Horizon, dual modal land, and on the instant side, it's a 2-mana instant blue that says, creatures your opponents control get -2/-0 until end of turn. So this is just another tool for us to just buy us more time, and again, if you had like 4 mana and you copy this with Galvanic Iteration, you give all your opponent's creatures -4/-0 until end of turn. And that's usually enough to really prevent all combat damage that turn. So Begin Well is just a nice little tool in the deck. And obviously it's also land drop if we need it. Apart from that, we got 4 copies of Fading Hope. Fading Hope, this 1 mana bounce cell. And so we bounce the creature. And if its mana value was 3 or less, we scry 1. Obviously really good against, for example, the enchantment decks or like the enchantment aura decks, because they usually want to build big creatures with a lot of 1/1 counters. We can just bounce them for 1 mana and scry 1 and again buy us more time. This deck is just all about buying a little bit more time to mill out the opponent a little bit with the Ruin Crabs and then combo off with Galvanic Iteration and Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Also, another cool trick you can do with Fading Hope is bounce your Ruin Crab if your opponent tries to remove it, right? If you feel like it's a worthy investment to keep, then you can bounce your Ruin Crab and replay it the following turn. So these are the tools to buy us time and to get through our combo. And then the rest is actually finding all the pieces that we need. So we got 2 copies of Consider. You know, just a 1 mana spell. We can survey 1, which means look at top card of a library. We can put it into a graveyard, or we don't have to. And we draw a card. So just a way to find more of our pieces very efficiently. But most importantly, we got 4 copies of Arcane Infusion, which is another first for me to play in a deck. So 2 mana instant. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it into your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and we can flash it back for 5 mana. So this, at instant speed, lets us find, let's say, a board wipe, right, to buy us more time, or most importantly, lets us find our combo pieces. So this is a really nice tool for that. And then we got an all-star, like an evergreen in Izzet now, which is expressive iteration. Lets us choose 2 cards from the top few of our library. And it's basically right, 2 mana, draw 2 for while looking at 3 cards. So it's really good, obviously, but everybody knows this card by now. So iteration gives us, it is another tool for card draw, finding our pieces. And then finally, we also got 4 copies of Jurar Disruption. Can occasionally counter something important, and if not, it's just another land drop for Ruin Crab. When we take a look at the land base, we got a single copy of Otawara Soaring City, because why not? It's just some good value. We can potentially bounce something. We got all the dual lands in here in Stormcarved Coast and Rimblight Pathway. And then we got 2 copies of Evolving Wilds, which can trigger our Ruin Crab multiple times in a turn. Also lets us fix our mana if we need to. And 2 copies of Field of Ruin to deal with enemy manlands. But this lets us also fix our mana if we need to, and it can also trigger our Ruin Crab. And that's the deck. I've been having a lot of fun playing this. It's, you know, it's just a very different win condition, very refreshing to play. And what I like about this version is that it's not this usual mill version where I hope I draw all my stuff and I hope I'm fast enough to mill you, and if I'm not fast enough, if I run out of luck, I just lose. It's not like that. This deck tries to take mill a little bit more seriously by putting it into a control shell. And trying to buy you some time so that you can combo off. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I see you guys soon. I guess this is better. What do we ditch here? Guess I actually ditched the iteration. Let's play a Storm-Carved Coast. Okay, Fading Hope is really good against Celestial Enchantments. Could keep the Disruption here. Counter something. Oh, that's a good counter. That's really good. That slows him down so much. Let's play Evolving Wilds. Get a blue mana. Yep. Okay, bounces, we scry one. Arcane Infusion is nice, helps us find more stuff. Cast this now. Yeah, we should iterate into more stuff. Play the Veil so we have access to burn down the house next turn. I think there is an argument to be made to actually kill this with burn on the house. I just slows them down so much, and next time we can go iteration. And we really just need to find Tasha's Hideous Laughter now. Well, I think he messed up. Yeah. You know, let's go double iteration. Need some card draw here. One of them into your hand. Infusion into the hand. Veil. Nah, actually, I wanna play the Veil. We need more blue mana. And I like another burn down the house, I guess. The Infusion back, play the Storm-Carved Coast. Okay. So we have 2 board wipes now. We have ways of finding our stuff with Infusion. And good thing is we killed the Naturalist, so he can't just chain the runes now. Because they still cost mana. Ah, he's making a 7/7, okay. Ah, Fading Hope is sick. Fading Hope is perfect. I think the right call here is actually we want to bounce this Kami, and next turn we want to go iteration, copy, burn down the house, do 10 damage to the whole board. Also this way, by bouncing the Kami, we avoid a lot of damage here. I mean, it's good that he puts all his eggs in one basket. More or less. If he bounces, we might not even need to copy burn down the house. Fading up the Kami. Do they run Snakeskin? Okay, the Exiled is fine. Well, then we go fucking Infusion. There's the Laughter, that's on win condition. And their deck is super low CMC, so that's really good. Now, definitely gonna kill this. And next turn, we have the Calm. We got Iteration plus Laughter. They're down to 37 cards. They are super low CMC, right? They have all these 2 mana things. So it might be possible that they will just die next turn. We're gonna see. Some fusion here. Sure, let's get a Bane Veil. So we have 8 mana available, which is nice because we can go Iteration and Laughter. Still have mana for a Bane Veil. Let's see, they are now at 36 cards, and now they are 23. Down to 4. Wow. To be fair, depending on what they draw, they might still be able to kill us. We can reduce everything by 2. What is this card? Oh, yes. We can just do it. What a top deck. Yeah. That felt really good. Got a Fading Hope. I'm just gonna keep this actually. Already got a Laughter. Hope can help us find some mountains for the iteration. Okay, this might be a slow matchup against Azorius Control or something. Oh, this is so good. Let's just try here, actually. We don't want another Golden Hope. Want to land. Because it is Azorius artifacts. Man, the meta is so good right now. It's so diverse. This is probably the best standard meta I have played in during my whole MTG arena experience. Prototype. That's bad. Yeah, it was probably pretty aggressive to keep the starting hand. This deck might be potentially really good at dealing with our deck. Because the portable holes are good against the crabs. However, I know that the curve of this deck is pretty low. You got all these prototypes, these portable holes, and then at max you got, you know, the Tezzeret has 4 mana value. Well, actually, no. If he plays the artifact crab, that's 7 mana value. So that would be pretty annoying. Okay. Okay, there's the iteration. That's nice. Consider the library, and we have the coast. And we can actually. That was worth it. And we already got the combo. We got iteration plus laughter. Just need to look out for counters. Okay, let's get our land drop. Okay, Ruin Crab into our hand. Island into library, Stormcraft Course, exiled. I'm gonna wait with the Infurion on his turn because if he wants to counter it, I would be very happy about it, just because then there is no counter spell for a combo. Okay, Fairy.
You want to be a great time mage? You have to put in the hours.
I want to give him a chance to counter this Infusion. If he wants to. The Fairy Stars at full loyalty. It's actually for the people watching this video who don't know. There have already been some spoilers for Streets of New Capenna. And there has been a banned enchantment revealed. So banned being blue, white, green. For 3 mana, you play it, and at the beginning of your end step you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. And obviously this is really interesting with stuff like Fairy. I actually want to land here. Veritas starts at 4, you can plus him, then he's at 5. And with the Bansham he would be at 6 at your end step. And then he gets fast at his ultimate, so that seems really good. Yeah, I think it's fine to attempt the combo here. He might have this artifact counter spell, which is okay. He uses it. Yep, he uses it. That's fine. We still get one trigger. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that has been a bunch of cards, and we still got another combo here. So opponent's already down to 24 cards. Yes, Tezzeret.
Many consider my tactics cruel, but I get results.
Okay. One tries to kill us fast. We did smart. Correct thing to do here. I actually don't remember if this list runs Test of Talents, but I actually think it does not.
Second here, a second there. Who's counting?
Okay, let's see if we can. We actually have 6 mana, so we can. Wait, does he run Jurari Disruptions? Don't see it, but let's play around it, right? We have 6 mana, so we can use this iteration plus Laughter and have 1 mana open to pay for a Jurari Disruption. Okay, opponent drew 23 cards, now it's 15. It's exactly lethal. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. Okay. This seems fine, we already have the combo. We have ways to have some card draw, card selection. Playing the Evolving Wilds. Be efficient. Oh, no, wait. No, that was wrong. I should have gone Mountain. I mean, mistakes are, well, we can actually double consider. It's better than, you know, going iteration now that we've made the mistake already. So double consider. Yes, Fading Hope is nice, especially with Iteration. Nah, we're not looking well. Next time we're gonna have 4 mana. Nah, we're looking for 4 whites. Fading Hope is gonna be really nice here. Bane Veil is also nice. Okay, we're going to cast Iteration and then Fading Hope for a total of 4 mana. Bounce 2 things. I'm actually gonna let him put counters on stuff. Oh, that's nice. We can just remove that. Can remove these 2 things, just take 1 damage for the turn. Scry twice. Nope. We want 4 whites, please. We could actually do a little bit of a YOLO here. Put the Hideous Laughter into our hand, Beanbell into library, get the pathway. Because we're gonna face 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. If you cast Hideous Laughter now, we might be able to kill him next turn. Actually, probably won't. So the idea is if we then next turn cast Iteration plus Laughter, this might kill him, but it won't. I mean, we just need we need to find a board wipe. That's really it here. Double Bane Veil is something. Okay, let's think here. We actually have some good options now. So this squad here is gonna kill us next turn. If we don't do something about it. And Iteration with Laughter won't kill our opponent next turn, so let's chill here and go Iteration plus Bean Veil. And this might find us enough time, buy us enough time to find board wipe, find a burn down the house or a crush the weak. Sure. Exhibition. Okay, so no damage this turn. Bean Veil. Yeah, -3. I should gain 3 life from that. This is 5 mana. Wait, if I cast a Laughter, next turn I just cast a Veil, so this is 2, 6, 7, 11 damage, plus 2, 13 damage next turn. And 13 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2 is 3. So you can actually cast the Veil, just one Veil and live, which means you can cast one Laughter here. Oh my god, it's already down to 13 cards. So if we just live next turn here, and I mean, the calculations say we live, we should be able to win here. Right? Wait, what? Why did I think I would take 3 damage? And I took 5? -2, -0. Oh, we actually won this game. This is insane. Yes! One life. One life. And this is so satisfying if you get to this point. We have the combo. And we have an infusion to find stuff that we need, so I think we keep this. Can also hold on Juara Disruption here. Okay. I think we take an iteration here. So because we want to get to 5 mana, right, for the combo. So let's get a burn on the house, put the other one to the library, and play the Field of Ruin. Okay, we already got our 5 mana, even excluding the Juara Disruptions. This is a Nata deck, seems like. I'll land here. This is really hard to mill, because they have Magma Opus in there. So Magma Opus is 8 mana value, which means if you hit 2 of them, it's almost all the mana value from Hideous Laughter. And actually let him, you know, create Treasure Token here, because if he plays a Goldspan Dragon here, we can counter it with Disruption. Okay. Let's just pass. If nothing important happens, we can Arcane Infusion again. If the opponent wants to counter this, he's very welcome to do so. I mean, I assume that these are Sword Comings. Another iteration. Sure. Another Laughter is nice. That's actually the thing. We won't need the Bayin Veil, so let's start playing that. He would like to get a counter out of his hand, so I think I'm gonna play the burn on the house for devils. And the next turn we start laughing it up. Also, we're getting close to 8 mana. With 8 mana, I can play an iteration. Play the copy from a graveyard, and then cast the laughter. So you can get 3 copies of it through iteration, laughter. Your opponent has access to 7 mana.
Magnus Lorehold, okay.
Okay, so good news. I was already happy about him not having any mana open, but unfortunately he does. However, you can actually counter a counter spell because we got the disruptions and we have enough mana to use it. Yeah. Wait, do I actually care? Because I can just cast another one. I think I actually don't care. You know what? I think this is actually fine. And I'm just gonna cast Fading Hope this Velomarcus Lord for now. And if he tries to recast the next turn, we Jurari Disruption it. And then we go from there. Probably should have played a Disruption. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. So we cast this from the... Actually, let's go like this so we can cast another disruption if needed. Okay, milled 11 cards. And 16, that's really good. And I'm gonna play this disruption. So he's gonna think there's no way I have another one in hand. Because I already played 2. And I used 1. Yeah. Okay. I think this should be game. Yep. Beautiful. Nice. Really, really nice. Okay, one more win for Diamond. Okay. This is a very nice starting hand. Since we're going first, I am not gonna play the Ruin Crab on turn 1. Instead, we're gonna play the island, hold open the Fading Hope, if we need it. This is a matchup where we probably won't really need the Fading Hope, so you might as well use it here. Also, by not playing the Ruin Crown turn 1, you don't give the opponent the chance to kill it. So you're actually guaranteed to get a trigger off of it. Here. And we're just gonna go straight for the combo, right? We wanna get to 5 mana. And then cast Iteration plus Laughter. Burn down the house. Okay, what do we do here? We could Field of Ruin something to get another kill from the crab. So I was thinking about casting a copy of Hideous Laughter here. But I don't think that 3 casts, including the copy, will actually mirror opponent out, so instead we're just gonna get another trigger from the crab with Field of Ruin. And see if we can get our 5th mana next turn to cast our first combo. I think this is the safer way to go about this. Let's get red mana. Okay, let's find our 5th land here. And do you want Fading Hope or Consider? I think I'm gonna take the Fading Hope. I could cast the Laughter here. This deck is pretty high CMC. He's not a snow deck though, so it doesn't have blood on the snow. Which means that probably this AO is the top of his curve. But I think to be really sure we want to wait one more turn. Because here's the thing, right? At 5 mana we can go Iteration plus Laughter, but at 6 mana we can go Iteration from the graveyard and Laughter again. So if we get the chance to scry here and find a 6th land, we can actually more or less guarantee the win here. Yeah, we don't want that, we want a 6th land. Opponent is already down to half of the stack. That's where we want, want him to have our opponent. He's gonna draw one more card here from the wedding announcement. There's our land. Let's go. Okay, so play that. Play Iteration. Play a Laughter. Let's see. He's at 30 cards. See how much we mill. We mill 10. Another 15. Okay. So he would already be dead if we had just cast this Laughter the turn earlier. It's probably something that you can, learn about the stack. With every matchup, you can... That's actually something you can learn with the stack. With the different matchups you have for the decks in the meta. Knowing that how much copies of Hideous Laughter do you need to cast to mill out your opponent when he has only half his deck left.
I bring my own.
GG. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of the stack. And we're diamond, let's go. Promoted to diamond.